Coach, if you want to open up with some opening statements, then we'll go to some questions.
Yeah, sure. First off, just want to say a huge thank you to everybody who showed up to the game today. I think it was over 103,000 people showing up. Awesome for a noon kick. Unbelievable at the Skull session today. They were rocking. We felt it early on, and everybody stayed late. So it was really humbling to just go out of that tunnel with our guys with a packed house. That means so much to our players. With an early kickoff, having a packed house coming out, and then feeling them early on, and I think that helped to our great start. I thought we came out to a great start early on. We're kind of clicking on both sides of the ball, hit a little bit of a lull there, but overall a great start. We wanted to play clean. Watched a lot of football the last week, and there's been a lot of teams out there who haven't played as clean as they'd like. There was a couple things here and there we got to fix, but I thought tackling was good. The ball security, other really than one play, the fumble by J.K., we got to fix. The bubble screen, it was kind of a freak play. We'll get that fixed fast. But other than that, and a couple penalties, I thought it was pretty clean and a good start. And then on defense, again, I thought we ran to the ball early on, and then our second team came in a little bit and let them come down the field, and we can't let that happen. We got to play with depth this season. So a lot to learn from. First step, but we're 1-0, so it's a good start. But again, first step in a long journey.
Front row left, Bill.
First of all, Ryan, what was it like for your first official game as head coach? And then also, what do you attribute the lull to after the fast start?
Yeah, I don't know. First off, the experience was unbelievable. It was awesome, especially with the start that we came out with. It was great, memorable experience. Looking at it here, I think at one point it was 28-3, and I think we were still in the first quarter. It was 28-0, and there was 6:50 to go, I guess, in the first quarter. I don't know if I've ever been a part of a game like that. It was kind of strange that we came out to such a quick lead, and then maybe we took a deep breath there. I'm not sure, but we can't let that happen. We got to keep the pedal to the metal on that, keep going. Then I thought, in the second half on offense, we leaned on them a little bit, kind of pounded them. Justin made some good reads throwing the ball. But again, when you're coming out of preseason, I think one of the things is you spend so much time going against your defense. So whether it's bowl practice, spring ball, preseason, you're going against the same looks over and over again. And in first games, you're getting something that's different, and so it's new. And I think that's why you see a lot of teams play sloppy in that first game. But I thought we adjusted as the game went on, and again, it's a start.
Front row middle, Dave.
Ryan, how do you think Justin performed in his first start?
I thought he performed well. Playing with great energy, making good decisions, but more importantly, managing the game, taking care of the ball. That's the biggest thing. And so the big plays will come. I didn't think they'd come that fast. I mean, they were coming fast and furious early on. But a lot of times today, the defense we were seeing was very different than what we see in practice. It was a 3 down front, and they were dropping 8, some. And so the windows weren't as clean. And, he had to scramble sometimes, keep us on schedule. Maybe if the window wasn't there, he kind of scrambled, got us to 2nd and 6, and kept those drives alive. So overall, I thought that was well done. There's still some things in there that protection-wise we got to clean up. Got a long way to go. But for a first start, it was well done.
Over to the left, Doug.
Ryan, we talked so much about the defense in the offseason just in terms of guys getting to the ball and staying connected. Did they do what you were looking for there?
Yeah, what I was looking for was guys running the ball and hitting. I felt that. I mean, I was watching Pete Werner and Malik Harrison and Jeff Okuda coming to the ball, and you could feel the violence on the field. And that's what we want. We want that toughness, and I felt that. I mean, I felt those guys flying around, and to me, it was intimidating. It was downhill. It was what we want, and I didn't feel that at the end of the game with the second group in there. We got to get that going, but again, lots to learn from and get on film.
Left middle, Austin.
Ryan, when you talk about stuff to learn from, you had a really good glimpse early about what you could be potential-wise. Was that about what a coach wants? You want good and bad both coming out of this game? You can win comfortably, or how would you view thinking about this tonight, what that means?
It's a start. We got a really good team coming in here next week who's well coached, and you guys know Luke and those guys are going to be prepared. So we got our hands full. But the good news is we got a lot to learn from this game. And we got a lot of first-time starters in there, a lot of young guys that we can build from. But there's a lot of confidence to build off, too. Guys made plays in this game. Anytime you score 45 points or, you hold the team to negative rushing yards, I'm not sure how long that was, Jerry, but it was maybe into the third quarter. There was negative,
absolutely.
Yeah, negative rushing yards into the third quarter. That's something to be proud of. So anyways, again, a lot to build from, but a lot to learn from for the young guys as well.
Over to the left, Bill.
Ryan, there seemed to be a good amount of, I guess for lack of a better term, just sort of like pro-style stuff in your offense today. You had like a stretch play, like an offset eye touchdown kind of thing. Ideally, how much of that will be a part of your offense? How much of it is just driven by the matchup and what you see, and then what do you feel like you got out of it?
I think when you look at college football today, I think it's important to have a balance. I think it's important to be able to line up under center, run the football, and play action pass, do some things, and then also run spread and run with tempo. And I think when you can mix those two things and you're good at both of those things, it's not easy to do. But I think our quarterbacks can do that, and Justin can do that. We're lucky enough to have some tight ends with some experience, and we can put those guys in there and do some things with them as well. And I think it brings a different level of preparation for the defense, and it's something that we really haven't done a bunch of here. And so I think it's an edge for us.
Over here to the right, Clay.
Yeah, Urban used to talk about that moment when he would take it all in. You referenced that, hang on, Sloopy. Was there a moment for you that you paused to enjoy it?
Yeah, in the tunnel. I give a little dap to Quinn on the way out and look up at the stands and look up at the full house running out of the tunnel, and the smoke comes out, and that's my time to enjoy it. And, it's unbelievable. The hair stands up on your arms and the back of your neck, and you really feel fortunate to be in that situation. And that's my time, and I'll try to make sure we do that every game.
Over to the left, Ari.
Ryan, there was a time where you guys are up 28-0, 6 minutes into the game, and people are joking. Justin Fields coming out in the first quarter, ends up playing till the fourth. Do you come into a game like this with an idea or a plan what you're going to do with him, and can you take me through the thought process when you're scoring as quickly as you are with what to do with him?
Yeah, I hope our players didn't think what you just said, and that worries me a little bit. Is that we score that fast, that many points. Does our team think that that's happening? And that can't happen. We're going to play, and those guys have to play until we pull them back. And so we're going to address that this week. It's a great start, but we got to keep going. We got to keep pushing, and then we'll make the decision on when we take guys out. And so we don't want guys to think about that. Obviously, we got to be smart in what we do. The situation didn't come up today. Justin's a guy who hasn't played a lot. So the more snaps he can play, I think we played 74 snaps. He needs them all. I wish it was 174 snaps out there. But at the same time, we got to be smart and take care of them.
Second row middle, Dom.
Coach, obviously 1-0, and
You'll get it from Steven.
next week. How quick do the thoughts turn to Cincinnati?
Right after that, we sang with the student section. Walking off the field and getting in there with the team, and we celebrate all the Warriors, and we are going to enjoy this. It's hard to be 1-0. It doesn't matter how you shake it. When you're in college football, there's a lot of good coaches, a lot of good programs, and proud to be 1-0. But we know what we got ahead of us, and we know this journey is. We looked at it with the first 6 weeks. We got a bye week, those 2 games, a bye week, and then 4 games. And so the goal is to be 1-0. If we can just be 1-0 on Saturday night, I know it's cliche, but it's real. But we're going to sleep on this thing tonight, but we know in the back of our minds that we got a really good team coming in here, a hungry team, a well-coached team, and we're going to have to play really good to beat them.
Got time for a couple more because we have players out there. Middle, Dan.
Ryan, those first 4 possessions, how many of those plays were scripted offensive plays, and how do you feel like the offensive play calling went after that?
Yeah, great. I think that we came out with a good plan. What we do is we don't really do so much scripting. We do more openers, things that we like early on in the game, and then we have to adjust from there and figure out what they're doing. And so the call sheet was pretty big this week because we weren't exactly sure what we were going to get. New defensive coordinator there at FAU, and there were other people on the staff, and so you kind of have to look to see what those guys and backgrounds are. And so there's a lot of different looks that can come into play. And so I thought the ability for us to get into 2 tight ends was good for us. And then we got into the second half, we kind of leaned on them a little bit. And I thought we did a good job there. But overall, I thought the game plan was good, and I thought the guys handled some different looks early on really well.
And final 2 questions, Steven, and then we'll go right to Rob.
Ryan, J.K. Dobbins got the ball 21 times today. Just immediate evaluation on how he ran the ball today.
I thought he ran it good. I'm going to watch the film and see. The ball on the ground is unacceptable. We can't have that. I thought he ran hard, though, at times. Harder than I've seen him run in the past. And so, we'll look at the film and figure out where we can get those things to the second level a little bit faster for him. There were a couple things in the zone game where we didn't fit it quite right up front. There was a couple guys coming free on that, and we got to get that fixed. But overall, I thought he played hard, and I thought, he ran with his pads down, and that's the first of things to come moving forward.
And Rob.
You like to say you don't improve if you don't fail. Did Justin Fields fail enough today for you? Was there enough there that you can work on
Oh, yeah.
this week?
Oh, yeah.
What anything specific?
Yeah, protections. Protections, reads, decisions. Lot to build from off of today. I thought overall, though, game management was decent. There was a one time where he scrambled out and took a sack. He could have just thrown it away. It would have been 2nd and 10. I think it was 2nd and 14. Caught a lot of little things there going on there, but again, overall pretty solid, but a ton to learn from. And especially when you look at the film, you're sitting there for 74 plays. You're going to be able to teach off of those 74 plays, and when you're not live, it's hard to get a feel for the decisions that are being made and whether to hang on to a ball, throw it, those type of things. So overall, a lot to learn from.
And again, how'd the process work with the play calling? Were you happy with it? The way, the minutiae of it?
Yeah, no, I thought it was good. I thought we had great conversation in between series between Kevin, Mike, and I. Going over and talking to the guys on defense when we were on defense, make sure I was in tune with what was going on there in special teams, and then flip over and get the thoughts from those guys. So I thought it was good, but it's a start.